My husband will be recording for me today. Children are under attack. Approximately half of children born to married parents in the 1970s saw their parents part. Only about 11% of those born in the 1950s had parents that divorced. What caused this devastating rise in a mere 20 years? The dissolution of marriage has been a long time coming. Outside of an incessant consumer culture which causes you to upgrade to the newer, better product or relationship, we can also blame a gradual decline in modesty, prompting women to act like objects and increasing sex outside of marriage. There has also arisen the soulmate model of marriage, which has caused couples to feel that drifting apart is a good reason to give up on a relationship. Nevertheless, no-fault divorce is the leading cause of the increase in divorced couples. Other factors include, but are not limited to, the rise in technology, which has led us all into a more fast-paced lifestyle, and deteriorated quality family time, at least slightly, as well as an increase in women working outside of the home, seemingly leaving children less nourished. Birth control has also played a part in the sexual revolution that has contributed to the deterioration of marriage and family values. Demographer Nicholas Wolfinger found that children of divorce who marry other children of divorce are more likely to end up divorced. Furthermore, the negative effects of divorce are disproportionately hurting the poor and less educated, while the wealthy elites that started these transformations in the first place have managed to reclaim better, healthier, more stable habits in marriage. Divorce is pervasive. Legally, two-thirds of women are initiating divorce and leaving a lot of men without a home, a smaller income, and less contact with their children. Men are less involved in families that they are not legally or romantically tied to. In fact, 90% of resident fathers will share a meal and speak with their children about their child's day on an almost daily basis, compared to 31% of non-resident fathers that will speak with their child about their day on maybe several times a week. Did you know that of the 15 individuals who recommended the elimination of fault divorce, 14 were men and 10 were divorced? Divorce is pervasive. Children thrive on stability, and divorce takes that away. Social psychologist Paul Amato estimates that we would see less children repeating grades, fewer school suspensions, less children in need of therapy, and fewer suicide attempts if we could turn back the family stability clock just a few decades. As divorce is a basic human right within America at this point, a potential solution to the damages it has caused is to abolish no-fault divorce. Abolishing no-fault divorce would help to repair and avoid current and future societal issues, one of which is cohabitation. The implementation of no-fault divorce increased cohabitation from 439,000 to more than 6.4 million. A recent study conducted by Bowling Green State University discovered that men and women engaging in cohabitation are trying to avoid divorce. Unfortunately, about 15% of children born to cohabitating mothers experience the end of their parents' union by age 1, while half will experience the separation of their parents by age 5, and 2/3 will suffer through the end of their parents' union by age 10. Those in favor of divorce like to focus on the 20% of divorced adults that find their life enhanced after a divorce. But most adults that initiated a divorce are likely to report flourishing afterward, whether or not it is actually true. In fact, 2/3 of parental divorces are due to the parents drifting apart, which absolutely shatters their children's beliefs in love, commitment, and marriage. If divorce is truly as uplifting as people claim, we would have seen an overall increase in marital quality by now. Instead, the very definition of marriage has changed. As society has focused more on external pleasures and material fulfillment, marriage and family success has declined. And as marriage and families have begun to fail, we have seen an increase in mental health disorders. Gordon B. Hinckley of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints taught the world that, quote, successful marriages and families are established and maintained on principles of forgiveness, respect, love, compassion, work, and wholesome recreational activities, end quote. Research conducted on the three largest denominations of religion in America have found that belief in the sanctity of marriage as well as abiding by religious precepts were once strong enough to prevent the dissolution of marriage, but have now weakened. Selfishness suffocates your moral senses. America was built on the foundation of individual human rights. Unfortunately, our autonomous nature has brought with it a focus on individual fulfillment over duty or responsibility. Individuals focused on autonomy soon turned into communities, nations, societies, and cultures focused on personal growth and or selfish pursuits. I am not suggesting that personal growth is bad, but putting yourself above any and all other issues does not teach your children or their children to be selfless in the pursuit of the greater good. Divorce is not selfless, nor does it pursue the greater good. Outside of extenuating circumstances such as domestic violence and emotional manipulation, divorce is pervasive. A perhaps more realistic approach to the rectification of divorce is to promote healthy marriages, families, and parenting. So, on this note, I need to clarify that normal is different than healthy. The new normal is not a good reason to deviate from that which has proven to produce healthier couples and therefore healthier families. Let me close by leaving you with a story. Two men were walking by a river. They had not been walking long when they came across a boy in the river and pulled him out and saved him. They proceeded down the river, only to find another boy that needed to be saved, and they helped him. They continued along their way, only to come across yet another boy. This time, only one man went down to save the boy, and the other man continued to walk. The man saving the boy asked the man walking away, "What are you doing? Aren't you going to help save this boy?" The man continued to walk upstream and replied, "I'm going to find out who is throwing these boys in the river." Children are thrown into a river and expected to swim upstream when their parents get divorced. Clearly, having no obstacles in the path to divorce was a poor choice, and the complexities associated with divorce will only increase if we do not change our mindset. If unconditional love for our children exists, then let's apply that same condition-free love to our spouses and partners. Doing so will end the cycle of children being thrown into the river. Thank you.